Hi, my name is Lorraine, and I'm doing another video. If you'll give me a second to clear, center, and balance my energy, we'll get started. Okay, I'm just going to read you something that came to me this past week really quick. Vibration and frequency are a product of creation. They, in and of themselves, do not create. And so that came to me when I was thinking about the language, or kind of the contradiction when I was talking about vibration and frequency last week, and then also about that electrical charge that activated the plasma in the last video I did. And that being a product of creation, right? That electrical charge charging that plasma and activating creation, okay? On the material plane, physical plane, this plane of existence. And how, when I said that, it's creating this idea of mutual exclusion, right? Exclusiveness, mutual exclusiveness between these two things, when in fact all things in this universe are connected, no matter how you look at it. But what the information that came to me was trying to explain is that, excuse me, in this particular circumstance, one does not affect the other. And then what came in next was the discussion of vernacular, or the importance of vernacular. So vernacular is basically language, words, how we interpret those words in different situations or different environments or different cultures, right? Even within the United States, different parts of the United States speak differently. They use different words, different phrases, different idioms, right? And language is a very important part of how we communicate, but it's very narrow in its ability to communicate effectively, especially as we move through this change that we're going through, okay? And we're experiencing things that we really have no words for, or I have no words really to explain. So as I try to explain it, the language becomes very restricting, okay? And I try to do the best that I can with the language that I have, but it just magnifies or shows the importance of this change and this new form of communication, which will be telepathic communication, okay? And telepathy is just, we call it psychic communication, psychic reading, psychic gifts, but we all have it. It starts as intuition. We can first identify it as intuition, right? When we listen to our gut. But if you go further, it can be defined as claircognizance, clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairaudience, clairgusta, clairtangents, right? All these different clairs. Basically, they're just our senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, knowing, thinking, hearing, right? Feeling. All this information comes in through all of our senses, and we can communicate, express ourselves through those senses also. And eventually, as we move through this phase of transition and we start communicating at this higher level of consciousness, we'll all be using telepathic communication, but we're all growing and changing at different levels, at different speeds. Okay, so we're not all in the same place yet, but we're all working towards that. Okay, so I understand, so it's important for me personally to just note, I understand that sometimes things can seem contradictory, but it's really I'm trying as hard as I can to explain things as clearly as I can as it comes through and as I'm guided to share, okay? But from this plane, I understand the contradictions, but I am translating the information as best I can as it comes through, okay? And I think that's really important. It's important for me to say. And then I just want to talk about a vision I had. And it actually happened this morning. It happened this morning, and I was thinking to myself, really, I've had a lot of information come in, but then it leaves, and so it's just in the moment. To me, that means it's not meant to be shared. But so this morning, I'm like, well, am I supposed to do a video? Yes, definitely you're supposed to do a video. And then I had this vision. And I was standing on a hill, a crest of a hill. And I could see down below me, there was a beach. I could see the ocean, the waves hitting the shore. And I saw men, soldiers, standing on that beach. And there were not a lot of them. I can't count them. If I was to count them, I'd say 15. But what I'm really supposed to get out of it is that there were not a lot of men down here. And then in front of them, there was a large cliff like you would see in like England or Scotland or Ireland. You know, the beaches they have those beautiful cliffs, and below there are beaches. My friend, I have a friend that just was in Scotland, and she was posting a bunch of pictures, so I can see those images in my head. And at the top of that cliff, all of a sudden I feel like all this negative energy just like, and I can see it's how it's showing itself to me as a bunch of wild horses charging towards the cliff. So I have all this negative energy with the power of all these wild horses charging towards the cliff, and they're charging towards these soldiers, and they're getting ready to do something. And so what the vision tells me is the soldiers were few and this negative energy was many. Okay, so it really isn't about the number. That's what I'm trying to get across here. It's about the perception of strength and power. So these men, these soldiers on the beach, seem small in number and weak, and this energy up on the top of the cliff seems powerful, okay, and strong. And so what I see is I walk down the hill, I walk towards the men, I walk between the men, and as I'm walking through, I'm setting up fields. So I have my hands up like this, I'm setting up fields, I'm walking through, and I'm blessing them as I walk through. And then I start climbing up the cliff. I climb up the cliff. I get to the top, and I stand and I create a field of energy. And I create a barrier between this unbalanced energy and between these men that are on the beach. And it's a protective field, and it is preventing that unbalanced energy from coming towards, hurting, harming, or stopping whatever these men are trying to achieve. And so there's many messages that come in as I'm having this vision. And the first strongest one was, the numbers are not relevant, okay? The men on the beach, as they drive forward, they are driving forward on this physical plane. And what I said was, when you exact a force on this plane of existence, it's not a lasting change that you're creating. The lasting change comes from working from the higher realms. Okay, so when we work with our consciousness, shifting our consciousness, manifesting from a clear, centered, balanced place, and bringing love to this plane of existence, that is what creates the change. Okay, with the intention of healing, with the intention of healing, with the intention of creating harmony, with the intention of shifting Mother Earth back into balance. That is where the greatest change comes in, okay? And so even though these men are moving from this plane of existence, it is their intention, when they tap into their heart, when they tap into this desire to create change from a place of goodness, to protect those who cannot protect themselves, okay? To help those that are struggling and need help. That intention that they are setting as they drive forward is what is creating the change that this world needs, not necessarily whatever they're doing physically. And that's really important to note. But everybody's path and purpose is different. How they create change on this plane of existence is different. And so this is what they are called to do in this moment, and that is what they will do, and that is how they create the change on a deeper level, through their intentions, okay? Through their intentions of what they're trying to do, not necessarily what they are physically doing, okay? Although those physical acts will create temporary change, which can be helpful to many people. But it's the intention of what they're doing, and the fact that they're driving from a place of goodness, and that they're driving from their heart, is most important, okay? And and as I was having that vision, what came in really strong was that this negative energy on this planet is dissipating. And you can see it in many ways, in many places on social media, as people awaken. And they're like, I don't know how stupid you think I am, but I'm not buying this. You're hearing that. I'm hearing that a lot as I'm just scrolling through. People are like, they're not buying into everything that they're being told anymore. They're questioning things. They're seeing there's a problem, okay? The truth is being revealed, okay? People aren't in this hypnotic state just saying, oh yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's not my business. That's not going to hurt me. They're seeing how these wrongs not only affect those people over there, but will eventually affect them, right? And so they are making their voices heard. And when people make their voices heard, that sets an intention for self-advocacy, okay? Even if they're not out in the streets, okay? The fact that they're making their voice heard, saying, I see this, I'm not okay with it, starts that transition, okay? And so the positive, balanced energy is being empowered through this awakening, through this awareness. And this unbalanced energy is diminishing because people are not supporting those old paradigms, those old belief systems, those old structures that were put in place to try to get us to support different agendas, okay? The same way, and so in one of the last videos, I think I did the I Am State Part 3. I'm pretty sure it's in that video, but it's also in the last video I did. I talked about how it is our thoughts, our intentions, and our acts that have brought us to this place, right? And how each of our fields interacts. And even all of our negative, unbalanced feelings and emotions, whether we're saying it or just thinking it, affects the people around us, affects the world around us, okay? And so we've brought ourselves to this place, okay? But I want to also say it's so important for us to understand that this awakening, this awareness, moving us into this place of wisdom is moving us to a place of balance. Okay, it's helping us to release this negativity, release these old paradigms, release these old structures, and bring in something new. Okay, so the same way that we can bring negativity to this world, unbalanced energy to this world, we can bring positivity, bring balanced energy to this world and heal it with our thoughts, our words, and our intentions. Okay, and that's where we're at right now. We are in this massive shift to bring this world into balance. Okay, so in the past, this unbalanced energy has been able to manifest through us. Okay, it's been through us. And there's a gentleman speaking, and I couldn't have said it better. He was speaking about a notable person who was asking for money, and he was upset, as many people are, right, asking for donations. And he said, she is no one without us. There is no you without us, right? And I was like, that is incredibly wise. There is no negative energy. There's no flow of negative energy if we're not living from a place of unbalanced energy, right? There is beautiful energy when we live from a place of balance, from a balanced state of mind. Okay, so as we manifest from that place, we are the ones who empower the energy on this world. We are the ones who empower change on this world. We are the ones who heal this world. Okay, as we empower that balanced energy, we heal this world. That's what I'm saying. Okay, and so as I'm seeing these men on the beach, they are empowered by that balanced energy. Okay, they are empowered by their heart, by their words, by their intentions, and this whole planet is embodying that balanced state of energy, and this unbalanced state is diminishing. Okay, it has nothing to hold on to. It has no teeth anymore. Okay, so it doesn't matter that there's money, power, influence that is trying to manifest from an unbalanced place, because now the energy resides with us from a place of love, compassion, kindness from a balanced place. Okay, the power resides within us. And that vision I had was super emotional, because I know that I can project this energy from anywhere, and I work with the fields a lot. And I know there's a lot of people who are out in this world right now, and they feel like they are small in numbers. They feel like they are, I have the vision of the rebel soldiers in Star Wars, like this small group of, ragtag group of people trying to create change in a beautiful way in the universe. That's what I'm seeing. It's like this little group of ragtag folks who have decided that no matter what, they're gonna fight for what they believe in. They're gonna fight for change. They're gonna try to be the people who we thought they were. Okay, whether they be soldiers, whether they be politicians, whether they be newscasters, whether they be entertainers, whether they be day-to-day people that we see on the street, law enforcement, you know, people at the store that work at the store, wherever we go. I see these small groups of people that say, no matter what, we're going to stand up because we've had enough. Okay. And every time somebody's thought goes to that place that we're going to stand up and make our voices heard, we empower that balanced energy. We empower that change. Okay? And so I know that as I project that energy out to create balance, that I can exact a force, create a field that helps protect those people in their endeavors. But what's really important is every time you go to a negative place, and I do this to myself, if you go to a negative place, a dark place, that tears down the field of protection, okay? And even within my own field, when I put up fields around me for protection, if I have a negative thought, an unbalanced thought, and I always talk about my ex-husband because sometimes I think about some of the things he's done that hurt me or our kids, and when those negative thoughts come in, they put tears in the field of protection that I put in, which means there's little holes for some unbalanced energy to get in. But that's why my disciplines are so important. That's why my routines in clearing, centering, and balancing my energy, setting up protective fields, and meditating, everything I do is very important, okay, to keep me on my path and purpose and keep me focused, okay? And so I guess I wanted to say that to make each of us aware how powerful we are together, unified. I talk about a unifying force and a unifying field all the time. As a unifying force and a unifying field, we are powerful. And as we wake up to this truth, we'll see this healing start to manifest more readily. But right now we're just in a mucky place, okay? And so I also know that there are some people who watch this video, watch these videos, my videos, who need to know that I am working to that end to set up fields of protection, to fortify your energy, and to help you in your endeavors as much as you allow me to do that, okay? That's really important for me to say. I'm aware of you. I don't know if you're aware of me, but I am. Well, I do know some of you are aware of me, but I am absolutely aware of you. And I work very hard. I'm very committed to my path and purpose. Okay. And so I got more information about this this unbalanced energy versus balanced energy, okay? And it came in as magnetism, okay? And because this unbalanced energy is diminishing every time this unbalanced group of individuals who are trying to maintain control of this world try to get the flow of energy moving with them, they're failing, okay? Because this energy is being removed, okay? And give me a second. This is a little bit complicated, so in the past, I talked about how this energy, what we call Satan or Lucifer, that this unbalanced energy worships, it was here on this world for a purpose, okay? But that purpose is over and it's leaving this world. And this energy has come in, Satan or Lucifer, however you want to call it or refer to it, it's coming in to remove itself from this planet because it no longer has a purpose here, okay? And this energy serves the divine. This energy serves the divine consciousness, okay? And the divine consciousness embodies both balanced and unbalanced energy, okay? It is this yin yang, okay? And as these individuals worship this unbalanced energy, okay, they are drawn towards that unbalanced energy, right? There's a magnetism happening, okay? They're being magnetized. They're like two magnets being drawn together. They are being drawn to that energy, right? And those of us who are living from a place of balance, love and light, okay, sitting in between the middle, acknowledging and embracing. That's very important, that we embrace both light and darkness, because we embody duality. We can't get rid of it, okay? What's most important is that we are able to sit in the middle and control ourselves, control our emotional bodies, okay? When we go out of center, we are able to acknowledge it and move back to center, okay, in either direction, okay? Balance is most important. And when we live from this place, we draw that energy toward us. We magnetize ourselves to draw that balanced energy towards us, okay? So as this unbalanced energy worships that unbalancedness, okay, that darkness, however you want to look at it. Dark is not a bad thing, okay? But we refer to, and this is where vernacular becomes a problem, language becomes a problem, but, or can be a problem, but let's just call it negative or darkness. As they worship that energy, they are drawn to that energy. Well, that energy is leaving this world. So they are magnetizing themselves, they are drawing themselves to the darkness. And where that will be, where that unbalanced energy will be relocated is Cepheus. Okay, and I've talked about this quite a bit in other videos. And that is why this balanced energy is being empowered. That is how this balanced energy is being empowered, because we have fulfilled our commitment to path and purpose. We have fulfilled our commitment to this world, okay? We have fulfilled our commitment to our faith and trust in something greater than ourselves, and we will inherit this world, and it will be a beautiful, beautiful place. Okay, this is the covenant that we have made, or God has made with us, or divinity, the source, creation. And this is different in different religions. Because I was raised Catholic, I'm speaking more from a Christian perspective, but there are different stories or different writings, teachings that will say the same thing but from a different perspective, okay? But we are receiving the promise from the universe of beauty and balance after what we've been through, okay? And that is what is empowering us in these moments. And this unbalanced energy is being moved out, okay? It is just being moved out. It no longer has a place here. Satan, Lucifer, the devil, however you want to refer to it, is come here to remove this energy from this world and is taking it to its next place where it is meant to be. It is meant to be in Cepheus as these individuals work through this 3D level of consciousness again. They're going to repeat this cycle until they're ready to move to the next cycle. It's not punishment, it's just that they're not ready, okay? And they can't stay here. And this is the process of the universe. And this is the process of the universe in a way that I can explain to people on this world at this time, okay, as we go through this. This is the language. And it's a little frustrating for me because when it comes into me, it's so much more palatable. It's emotional, but it's much more palatable. And so I encourage people to tap into their higher self, tap into their intuition, okay? Work on that so you can receive your own messages, okay? It's really important for each of us to receive our own divine guidance to help us on our path and purpose. And I need to try to figure out, do another class on this. I don't know. I just need to do something because I'm feeling it really deep in my body right now, really deep. That this working with people on how to tap into their intuition, how to identify it, and how to utilize it is really important. Give me just a second. You know, there's really not much else. There is powerful energy happening right now. Powerful energy. And so I'll just tell you, I'll post the image of the torsion field, but using that torsion field to put a protective field around you, bring it down through you to clear your energy, clear, center, and balance your energy, and bring it around you to protect your energy. Set the intention to clear your energy and protect your energy. That's a good starting place. I feel like I need to say that because the energy right now is very powerful. It's very strong, and it's just flowing like deep. And you don't have to protect yourself from it so much as when you put up the protective fields, it helps to filter out any negative energy that's coming through with it, with the flow of energy, and just allow that positive balance energy to come through and help awaken you and inform you. Okay, and so you want to receive that information from the clearest place possible. And so if you clear your own energy using that torsion field, okay, and then you set up protective fields around you with that torsion field, that, and setting the intention, clear, center, and balance your energy and protect your energy, meaning protect you from any unbalanced energy. That is a good first step, okay, with working with energy, with listening, and with filtering out anything that is unbalanced and is trying to move you out of center or manipulate you, okay? Okay, I think that's it. Thank you.